Award book. I chose Where the Wild Things Are. This book has the same author and illustrator. It's Maurice Sendak. It was published in 1963. It's a fantasy fiction picture book. It's about 40 pages, and the appropriate ages are around 3 to 5. This book is a book about a kid letting loose and being wild and getting a little too rambunctious and getting sent to their room from their mother. This book is very vividly illustrated. It's beautiful. I don't know why or how I skipped over reading this when I was a kid. But this book talks about how you gotta let loose and get wild and get in trouble and go to your room, and it expresses the importance of a vivid imagination. And as soon as Max, the little boy in the book, the main character, falls asleep, his room turns into a forest, and he sails over the ocean for a year in his dream. He goes to where all the wild things are, the craziest and biggest wild things are. He learns some great lessons. At the end of the day, he remembers and learns that your parents are always going to be there whenever you've been battered, no matter what you've done. This is a picture from when he finds one of the wild things. When he becomes the king of all wild things, he declares everybody to let loose. And this is a great picture of that. And when he finally gets lonely and misses his mom and wants to be where he's loved the most, he decides to come back. And when he comes back, he realizes that your parents always love you, and he's had food waiting on him. This book brought up some really important points and lessons to remember. It's don't judge somebody by what they look like based on their appearance. Max learns this when he becomes the king of all wild things. There's always a little bit of wild in us, and I think that as adults or young adults, we forget to let loose and have fun. There's so much power in having a great imagination. I think that's something that as adults we forget how important that is. And there's usually no place like home after you've had a long day. This book also reminds you to love with everything you have. So, thank you.